Have you ever stopped and asked yourself why your life hasn't shifted the way you hoped it would? Why, despite all your effort, the weight of routine, doubt, and distraction keeps you trapped in the same patterns? It's uncomfortable to admit, but the truth is, the power to change everything isn't out there waiting for you. It's already inside you, lying dormant, waiting for the moment you decide it's time to wake up and take control. And that moment is now. Think about the past year for a moment. How many days did you feel truly alive, fully present, and completely in charge of your own path? How many nights did you lie awake, replaying mistakes, wishing circumstances were different, wishing you were different? All those unspoken frustrations, unacted dreams, and quiet regrets, they don't define you. But if you carry them forward, they will chain you to another year of unfulfilled potential. You can feel that weight, can't you? It's heavy, persistent whispering that you're not enough, that you can't be more. But here's the most important truth. Those whispers are lies. They exist only to keep you in the shadows of your own greatness. What if I told you that before 2026 begins, you could claim a power so tangible, so undeniable, that nothing or no one could take it away from you? That power is your agency, your ability to decide, to act, to create, and to transform. Imagine stepping into the new year not as someone hoping for better, but as someone prepared, deliberate, and unstoppable. Imagine looking back at today from that future and realizing this moment was the turning point, the day you chose to reclaim control over your life. That feeling of certainty, of being the architect of your own destiny, is waiting for you. It's a sensation so electric, so deeply satisfying, that every hesitation you've ever felt will suddenly seem irrelevant. It starts with acknowledging one hard truth: your life will only change when you decide it must. You cannot wait for permission. You cannot wait for conditions to be perfect. You cannot wait for someone else to light the path. All the power to step out of fear, to rise above the distractions, to stop letting excuses dictate your reality. It has always been inside you. And the moment you recognize that, a clarity emerges. The noise in your mind fades. The tension in your chest eases. You can see the road ahead. You can feel the energy in your veins. The kind of energy that fuels action, courage, and relentless pursuit of what matters most. So take a deep breath and feel it. The possibility that this year, this next chapter will be different, that before 2026 begins, you will stop drifting and start living with intention. The life you've been waiting for isn't waiting for luck. It's waiting for you, for your courage, your commitment, your decision to rise and claim it. And once you step into that space, once you make that choice, the world shifts with you. You will look back at this moment and know that everything changed the day you decided to own your life. That's the power you are about to unlock, and it's the reason you cannot turn away. The reason you need to stay with me through every word ahead, because every second from here on will guide you straight to the person you were always meant to become. Take a moment and feel the state of your mind right now. Notice the clutter, the racing thoughts, the unfinished tasks, the worries that refuse to leave, the doubts that whisper you're not ready. That noise isn't just in your head. It's a weight that slows you down, that keeps you from stepping fully into your potential. Every decision, every action, every moment of focus is filtered through this mental chaos. And the more you carry it, the more it steals from your energy, your clarity, and your freedom. But here's the truth you must embrace. Your mind is not a prison. It is a tool. And like any tool, it becomes powerful only when you take the time to clear it, sharpen it, and use it with intention. Imagine for a moment what it would feel like to wake up each day with a mind free of unnecessary clutter, a mind that allows your vision to shine clearly, a mind that responds to challenges with focus rather than fear. That clarity isn't a fantasy. It's a practice, a choice, and it starts by identifying everything that is weighing you down. Negative thoughts that replay the past, guilt that eats at your confidence, fears that stop you from moving forward, they all have to be acknowledged, named, and released. Your brain cannot hold on to both distraction and purpose at the same time. If you want 2026 to be a year of unstoppable progress, you must make room for clarity, for focus, for intention. This isn't about perfection. It's about awareness. Start by observing what consumes your mental space without providing value. Journal your thoughts. Let them flow onto paper and out of your head. Give your worries, your anxieties, your overthinking a name and a space outside of you. Meditate even for 5 minutes a day to create silence where noise once lived. Each time you clear, each time you release, you strengthen your mind's ability to focus, to create, to act decisively. The brain thrives when it has boundaries, when it is given order. And when your mental clutter diminishes, your energy multiplies, your intuition sharpens, and your confidence rises in ways you didn't realize were possible. The weight of unresolved thoughts and lingering stress is invisible, but it is felt in every hesitation, every delay, every moment you settle for less than you deserve. The difference between moving forward and standing still often comes down to one thing: how much of your mental energy is actually yours, and how much are you giving away to distractions, fears, and mental noise. Imagine reclaiming all of it. Imagine stepping into each decision fully aware, fully present, fully capable. That power to control your mind, to direct your thoughts, to sharpen your focus is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself before 2026 arrives. Let go of the stories that no longer serve you. Release the what ifs that keep you paralyzed. Give yourself permission to think clearly, to act boldly, and to pursue your goals with laser precision. When you take this step, you will feel it immediately. A lightness in your chest, a focus in your mind, a surge of possibility coursing through your body. This is not a small shift. This is transformation. A mind cleared of clutter becomes a mind prepared for greatness, for creativity, for resilience, and for the relentless pursuit of what you truly desire. Before the new year begins, commit to clearing your mental space. Claim your focus. Own your clarity. When you do, nothing will hold you back from becoming the person you were always meant to be. Look around at the people you spend the most time with. Ask yourself, do they lift you up or weigh you down? Do they inspire growth, ambition, and courage? Or do they feed doubt, distraction, and stagnation? The truth is harsh but necessary. The people in your life shape who you become. Their energy, their habits, their mindset, and their beliefs ripple into your own. You may not even realize it, but every word they say, every expectation they hold, every attitude they project into your world leaves an imprint on your mind and your spirit. You cannot rise higher than the environment you consistently inhabit. If your circle drains you, tolerates mediocrity, or discourages your ambition, then it is silently keeping you from the life you are capable of creating. This isn't about judgment, blame, or cutting people out recklessly. It is about awareness, intentionality, and courage. It's about understanding that your time, energy, and emotional bandwidth are finite, and they are sacred. The people you surround yourself with are either building your foundation or slowly eroding it. Every successful, fulfilled person you admire has a circle that reflects their highest standards, their deepest values, and their unrelenting drive to grow. And every stagnant, frustrated, or unfulfilled person often mirrors the negativity, laziness, or fear of those around them. Your environment can either be your launch pad or your anchor. It is always doing one of these two things. The challenge is in clarity. Look honestly at who truly supports your growth, who celebrates your victories without envy, who challenges you to become better, and who inspires courage rather than comfort. These are the people who deserve your time, your attention, and your loyalty. And then look at those who drain your energy, who gossip, who complain, who project fear or limitation onto your dreams. Recognize them for what they are, not as villains, but as signals. Signals that something must change, because your future cannot be built on compromise or concession. Protecting your inner world is not selfish, it is necessary. The quality of your relationships directly shapes the quality of your life, your happiness, and your ability to pursue your goals with relentless focus. Imagine stepping into 2026 surrounded by people who elevate you, who see your value, who hold you accountable to your highest self. Imagine the clarity, the courage, the momentum that will surge through your life when every conversation, every interaction, and every connection fuels your ambition instead of draining it. This is not a distant fantasy. It is a choice, and it is available to you right now. You have the power to create boundaries, to distance yourself from what diminishes you, and to nurture what empowers you. You can invest your energy in those who build, not break, who challenge, not chain, who inspire, not intimidate. It takes courage to audit your relationships, to face the truth without flinching, to act decisively for your own growth. But the reward is immeasurable. Your life will expand in ways you never imagined. Your confidence will rise, your focus will sharpen, and your sense of purpose will deepen. before the new year begins. Take this step, not out of fear, not out of anger, but out of unwavering self-respect. Curate the people who will carry you forward and release the ones who hold you back. When you do, you create space for abundance, clarity, and unstoppable momentum. This is how transformation begins. This is how you step fully into the person you were meant to become. Your body is the vessel through which every goal, every dream, and every victory will flow. Yet too often we neglect it, we abuse it, we take its energy for granted. And then we wonder why motivation fades, focus weakens, and progress stalls. The truth is, your physical state is inseparable from your mental and emotional strength. Your energy, your resilience, your ability to act decisively, and your clarity of thought are all determined by how you treat your body. Every sleepless night, every skipped meal, every moment of neglect chips away at your potential. But the power to change that, to reclaim your vitality, is entirely in your hands. It has always been there, waiting for you to honor it. Imagine entering 2026 with a body that feels alive, alert, and unstoppable. Imagine waking up each morning with energy that fuels action, focus that drives results, and confidence that radiates because you know your vessel is optimized for success. This is not about perfection, it's about respect. Respect for the only body that will carry you through this life, through challenges, through victories, and through growth. Small, consistent actions compound into extraordinary transformation. Drinking water, prioritizing rest, moving your body, nourishing it with whole foods. These are not minor adjustments. They are commitments to yourself that ripple into every aspect of your life, amplifying focus, emotional resilience, and drive. Your body holds your future. When you are physically depleted, your mind falters, your spirit wanes, and fear creeps in. When you invest in your health, the clarity of your mind sharpens, the strength of your resolve intensifies, and the courage to pursue your ambitions grows stronger. This is science, not theory. Your physiology affects your psychology. The way you fuel your body affects the way you think, the way you perform, and the way you handle adversity. Imagine the sense of freedom and power that comes when your body stops being a burden and starts being your ally. Every step you take to strengthen, restore, and honor your body is a step toward unstoppable momentum in every area of your life. Take responsibility for your energy today. Decide that fatigue will no longer dictate your choices. Decide that comfort will no longer replace discipline. Choose movement over stagnation, nourishment over depletion, and rest over neglect. Every choice you make in these final moments before 2026 is a declaration that you are ready to show up fully for yourself and the life you want to create. This is not optional if you want to operate at your highest potential. Your body is the engine, your mind is the driver, and together, they determine whether your path is one of hesitation or one of unstoppable forward motion. Commit to simple rituals that honor your health. Drink water with intention. Move your body even if it's just for 10 minutes. Sleep enough to wake refreshed. Fuel yourself with foods that energize rather than weigh you down. These actions are small, but their impact is monumental. The more you invest in your physical self, the more your confidence, focus, and inner power will grow. Before the new year begins, decide that your body will no longer hold you back. Decide that your energy will be a force, a resource, and a foundation for every bold choice you make. Step into 2026 not just ready, but fully alive, fully capable, and fully unstoppable. What do you truly want for yourself in the year ahead? Not the vague desires, not the half-hearted hopes, but the goals that make your heart race, that demand courage, focus, and unwavering commitment. If your goals aren't clear, your actions will be scattered, your energy diluted, and your potential squandered. Clarity is not a luxury, it is a weapon. It defines your priorities, it guides your decisions, and it transforms ambition into action. Without it, even the strongest effort will drift like a leaf in the wind, never reaching the heights you are capable of. Before 2026 begins, you must define what success, growth, and fulfillment look like for you, and you must do it with precision, honesty, and boldness. Start by stripping away the noise, forget what everyone else expects of you, forget the pressure to conform, to compromise, or to settle. This is about your life, your future, your vision. Identify the 3 to 5 goals that matter most. Make them specific, make them measurable. make them impossible to ignore. The human brain responds to clarity. When you articulate exactly what you want, it begins to scan your environment for opportunities, solutions, and paths you could not see before. Vagueness breeds hesitation. Specificity breeds action. When your goals are precise, your mind aligns, your focus sharpens, and your energy channels into purpose rather than distraction. But clarity alone is not enough. Goals without emotional connection are often abandoned. Ask yourself, why do these goals matter? Feel it. Feel the pride, the freedom, the accomplishment that will come when you achieve them. Let that feeling anchor you. The brain is wired to pursue pleasure and avoid pain. And when your goals are infused with deep emotional meaning, they activate the drive that propels you through obstacles, doubt, and fear. Each milestone becomes more than a task. It becomes a declaration of your potential, a proof that you are capable of more than you've ever allowed yourself to believe. Commit to seeing the end before you act. Visualize the life you will lead, the person you will become, the confidence you will carry. Every morning, remind yourself of these goals. Every action, no matter how small, should echo toward them. Break them down into steps that are achievable yet challenging, steps that create momentum and reinforce belief in yourself. Fear and hesitation will arise, but the clearer your vision, the stronger your resolve. You will not be swayed by distractions or temporary discomfort. You will act with intention because your future self is waiting, and your choices today determine how brightly you will shine tomorrow. The truth is this: you cannot stumble into the life you desire. You cannot drift into achievement, growth, or fulfillment. It requires deliberate thought, emotional alignment, and relentless action. Before the new year begins, take ownership of your vision. Write it down, speak it aloud, feel it in your body, your mind, and your heart. Make it impossible to ignore. When your goals are clear, your energy is focused, and your purpose is undeniable, nothing can hold you back. You will enter 2026 with certainty, confidence, and an unstoppable momentum that turns intention into reality and ambition into achievement. Your future begins when your clarity conquers your hesitation, and that power is in your hands right now. Have you ever truly considered the power of gratitude? Not as a fleeting thought or a polite gesture, but as a deliberate, transformative practice that reshapes your mind, your heart, and your entire perception of life. Gratitude is more than a feeling. It's a force that rewires your brain, enhances your emotional resilience, and amplifies your energy for action. The moments you focus on what you lack, the moments you dwell on what went wrong, they create a cycle of scarcity, fear, and limitation. But when you consciously choose to see what is abundant, to acknowledge what is good, to recognize what is working, your entire world begins to shift. Before 2026 begins, harness the power of gratitude as a tool to clear negativity, ignite motivation, and step fully into your highest self. Close your eyes for a moment and reflect on your life as it is now. The people who have stood by you, the opportunities that have presented themselves, the lessons that have shaped you, even the challenges you've survived. Every single detail holds value. Every single experience has contributed to the person you are becoming. By recognizing this, you break the chains of complaint and comparison, replacing them with awareness, focus, and power. Gratitude is not about pretending life is perfect. It is about acknowledging reality and choosing to see the gifts within it, choosing to allow them to fuel your courage and your ambition. Science proves what your heart already knows. Gratitude changes your brain. It increases dopamine, serotonin, and positive emotional states. It strengthens relationships, reduces stress, and enhances focus. When you consciously practice gratitude, you are training your mind to scan for opportunity, abundance, and possibility. The same situations that once drained your energy now become fuel. The same challenges that once sparked fear now spark determination. Gratitude shifts perspective, and perspective drives action. Your mental clarity, emotional resilience, and inner strength grow in direct proportion to the focus you place on what is working rather than what is missing. To cultivate this power, take deliberate steps. Every day, write down at least 3 things you are grateful for, small or large, ordinary or extraordinary. Reflect on the people who have supported you, the moments that brought you clarity, the skills you have developed, the opportunities you have earned. Go deeper than surface level gratitude. Feel it in your body. Let it fill your chest. Let it awaken your energy. The brain does not differentiate between imagined and real emotions when practiced consistently. By training yourself to feel grateful, you are actively creating a foundation of optimism, resilience, and purpose. Before the new year begins, let gratitude become your anchor. Let it quiet doubt, dispel fear, and amplify focus. Let it remind you of everything you have already achieved and everything you are capable of achieving. When your mind is grounded in appreciation, your actions are amplified, your confidence is undeniable, and your life begins to align with the energy of abundance rather than scarcity. Step into 2026 carrying this power, and you will find doors opening, challenges becoming opportunities, and your own potential revealing itself in ways you never imagined. Gratitude is the spark that transforms intention into momentum, and it is a spark you can ignite today. Regret is a silent weight that many carry into every day, unseen yet heavy, shaping decisions, clouding confidence, and quietly eroding the life they could be living. Every moment spent dwelling on what could have been, every thought replaying past mistakes, is a moment stolen from the person you are becoming. The truth is that the past cannot be changed, and holding on to it only anchors you in stagnation. But releasing it, that is where freedom begins. Before 2026 begins, you must confront regret with courage, face it honestly, and let it go. Only then can your energy flow fully toward what matters most: growth, action, and transformation. Every regret has a lesson hidden inside it. Every failure, every wrong choice, every moment of hesitation contains insight if you are willing to see it. Your power comes not from denying mistakes, but from extracting their wisdom, learning, and using that knowledge to propel yourself forward. The mind resists this process because fear loves familiarity. Fear whispers that letting go means losing control, that moving on disrespects what has happened. But the reality is the opposite. Releasing regret is not forgetting, it is choosing to honor your past while refusing to be imprisoned by it. It is taking ownership of your life and claiming the freedom to grow, to try again, and to build the future you deserve. Take a deep breath and feel the weight of everything you've been carrying. Notice the tension in your chest, the heaviness in your mind, the way past mistakes sneak into your thoughts and slow your momentum. Now imagine dropping it all, one regret at a time. Imagine those burdens leaving your body like stones falling into a river, disappearing from your grip and no longer dictating your movement. That liberation is not abstract, it is tangible. Every regret you release increases your mental clarity, your emotional strength, and your capacity to act decisively. It makes space for vision, for purpose, and for unrelenting forward motion. This process demands honesty and courage. Write down your regrets, name them, acknowledge them, feel the emotions tied to them without judgment. Then consciously let them go, knowing that holding on to them serves no one, not the past, not the people involved, and certainly not you. Releasing regret requires deliberate action. It requires rewriting the mental narrative. I honor my past, I learn from it, and I refuse to let it define my future. This simple act changes how your brain processes setbacks and how your heart experiences freedom. It strengthens resilience, builds confidence, and sharpens focus. Before the new year arrives, commit to this act of liberation. Decide that no regret will follow you into 2026. Decide that your energy, your focus, and your courage will be invested in growth, achievement, and living fully. Every regret release is a gift to your future self, a declaration that you are no longer a prisoner of yesterday. Step into the new year unburdened, unafraid, and unstoppable, with the clarity and strength to pursue your vision without hesitation. Freedom begins when regret ends, and the power to claim it is in your hands right now. Your growth depends on action. Knowledge, reflection, and intention are powerful, but they cannot create transformation without deliberate effort. Every skill you develop, every habit you form, every new ability you master compounds over time to build momentum that becomes unstoppable. The most successful, resilient, and fulfilled people are not inherently smarter or luckier. They are disciplined, consistent, and committed to sharpening their skills relentlessly. Before 2026 begins, you must decide which skills, which areas of expertise, and which personal capabilities will propel you toward the life you want, and you must take action to strengthen them now. Consider the gap between where you are and where you want to be. What stands in the way is not just external obstacles, it is the limits you have allowed within yourself. Every hour spent learning, practicing, and refining is an investment in your own power. The brain thrives on growth, and repeated, deliberate practice rewires it, creating confidence, mastery, and resilience. Skills are not just tools. They are evidence to yourself that you can create results, overcome challenges, and accomplish what once seemed impossible. Every effort you make now builds a foundation for unstoppable momentum in the year ahead. Start with clarity. Identify the abilities that align with your goals, the competencies that will open doors, the practices that will elevate your confidence and capability. Then commit to small, consistent steps. Even 10 focused minutes a day compounds into months of progress that will distinguish you from everyone who waits, hesitates, or procrastinates. The secret is in consistency, not intensity. Growth is not a moment, it is a process. Each deliberate action reinforces belief in your own capacity, strengthens neural pathways, and makes success inevitable. The person who takes action today is miles ahead of the person who waits for permission, certainty, or the perfect moment. Fear will arise. You may doubt your ability, question the value of your effort, or feel overwhelmed by the magnitude of change you desire. This is normal. Every significant leap requires confronting discomfort and acting despite it. Each time you step into learning, each time you practice, each time you push beyond hesitation, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you imagine. Your confidence grows, your competence strengthens, and your sense of possibility expands exponentially. The person who commits to skill, discipline, and mastery becomes unstoppable because their actions are backed by ability, preparation, and courage. Before the new year arrives, make a commitment to yourself, invest in your growth relentlessly. Sharpen your skills, expand your knowledge, and strengthen your capacity to act. Treat every day as an opportunity to become stronger, more capable, and more prepared for the life you deserve. This is not optional, it is essential. The energy you invest now in building your abilities is the energy that will carry you through every challenge, every decision, and every opportunity in 2026. Take control of your potential, claim your power, and step into the future equipped, confident, and unstoppable. The time to act is now, and your transformation begins the moment you decide that skill, growth, and deliberate effort will define your life. Your boundaries define your freedom. They are not walls to isolate you, but shields that protect your energy, your focus, and your vision. Every time you say yes to distractions, to toxic energy, to obligations that do not serve your purpose, you are giving away a piece of your potential. Every moment spent bending to others' expectations or tolerating what diminishes you is a moment stolen from the life you are capable of creating. Before 2026 begins, you must decide what you will allow into your life and what you will firmly, unapologetically release. Your boundaries are not a limitation. They are the framework for unstoppable momentum. Recognize that your time, energy, and emotional capacity are finite. If you do not protect them, no one else will. Every choice you make about what you allow into your space, people, responsibilities, habits, and thoughts affects your ability to focus, create, and achieve. The psychology is clear. Self-respect and assertiveness are inseparable from success and fulfillment. Those who operate without boundaries are easily swayed, overwhelmed, and trapped in cycles of distraction. Those who define their limits operate with clarity, intention, and confidence. Boundaries are the invisible infrastructure of high performance and personal power. Start by identifying the areas of your life where energy leaks occur. Notice the relationships, routines, and commitments that drain you instead of building you. Acknowledge the moments when you compromise yourself to appease others, avoid confrontation, or seek temporary comfort. These patterns are costing you more than you realize. The courage to confront them, to set firm limits, and to make space for what truly matters is what separates those who drift through life from those who take control of it. Boundaries are not negotiable if you want to operate at your highest level. They are a necessity for clarity, growth, and progress. Once you identify what no longer serves you, take deliberate action. Communicate clearly, act consistently, and reinforce your limits without guilt or apology. Protecting your energy is not selfish. It is essential for your transformation. Each boundary you establish strengthens your confidence, sharpens your focus, and amplifies your ability to pursue goals relentlessly. You will find that when you release what diminishes you, opportunities, clarity, and energy expand to fill the space. The mind and body respond to these boundaries with increased resilience, decisiveness, and motivation. Before the new year arrives, commit to designing your environment and your interactions intentionally. Decide which relationships, responsibilities, and routines deserve your presence and release those that hold you back. Let your time and energy be invested in actions, people, and experiences that propel you forward. Boundaries are not a limitation. They are the architecture of freedom, focus, and power. When you enforce them, you step into 2026 with clarity, strength, and momentum, fully prepared to pursue your goals without distraction or compromise. Your boundaries are your launch pad. Protect them, honor them, and watch your life expand in response to the energy you finally reclaim. The life you want will not arrive by accident. It will not appear because you hope for it, wish for it, or dream about it endlessly. Transformation, success, and fulfillment are the result of systems, routines, and daily actions that compound over time. Your habits determine your trajectory. Your rituals determine your results. Before 2026 begins, you must design daily practices that anchor your focus, sharpen your mind, and fuel your energy. Your rituals are the scaffolding upon which the life you desire is built, and every moment without intentional structure is a moment of lost momentum. Consider the way you begin and end each day. Do your mornings set the tone for clarity, energy, and purpose? Do your evenings leave you prepared, focused, and ready to rise stronger tomorrow? Small, consistent practices, 5 minutes of meditation, a morning movement routine, journaling your priorities, reviewing your goals, are not minor details. They are the foundation of high performance, mental resilience, and unstoppable momentum. Psychology shows that routines reduce decision fatigue, strengthen self-discipline, and increase consistency, all of which are essential for achieving ambitious goals. When your daily actions are aligned with your vision, progress becomes inevitable. Rituals also anchor your emotional state. When your habits are designed to reinforce focus, energy, and confidence, you respond to challenges with calm and clarity instead of stress and distraction. Every habit that strengthens your body, mind, or spirit becomes evidence to yourself that you are capable, disciplined, and in control. The brain craves repetition and certainty, and when you provide it with rituals that support your highest self, it begins to work in your favor. Each small act compounds into a wave of momentum that carries you forward, breaking inertia and building unstoppable drive. This requires intentionality. Every ritual you adopt must be purposeful, chosen to support your growth, and repeated consistently. It is not about perfection or grand gestures. It is about designing a system that makes your success inevitable. Identify the practices that energize you, sharpen your focus, and align with your goals. Schedule them, protect them, prioritize them. The energy and focus you invest in these daily practices are the same energy that will fuel your achievements, your courage, and your transformation in the months ahead. Before the new year arrives, commit to establishing rituals that serve your future self. Let them become non-negotiable. Let them replace chaos with structure, hesitation with momentum, and doubt with confidence. The person you will become is the person you create through these consistent, deliberate actions. By designing your day intentionally, you build resilience, focus, and power. You create a life where every action amplifies your vision, every decision reinforces your goals, and every moment contributes to the unstoppable momentum you need to enter 2026 as the person you were always meant to be. Your rituals are your launch pad, and the time to begin is now. Your environment is a mirror of your mind, the space you inhabit, the objects you surround yourself with, and the energy in your surroundings directly influence your focus, mood, and motivation. A cluttered, chaotic, or negative environment breeds distraction, doubt, and low energy. An organized, intentional, and empowering environment fuels clarity, confidence, and action. Before 2026 begins, you must take control of your surroundings and shape them to support the life you want. Your external world must reflect the person you are becoming because your mind and environment are inseparable allies in the pursuit of transformation. Every object, every visual cue, and every sound in your environment sends a message to your brain. A space filled with disorder communicates chaos, indecision, and lack of control. A space designed with purpose communicates focus, empowerment, and possibility. Your brain responds to what it perceives. By intentionally curating your environment, you create a feedback loop that reinforces discipline, mental clarity, and motivation. The places you spend the most time in must amplify your energy, not diminish it. Before the new year arrives, evaluate every corner of your world. Keep what inspires, motivates, and empowers. Remove what drains, distracts, or diminishes you. This is not superficial. The psychology is profound. Environmental cues guide behavior. Research shows that people act in alignment with their surroundings. When your space reflects order, possibility, and intentionality, your mind adopts the same patterns. Habits form more easily, focus is strengthened, and energy is preserved. Conversely, environments filled with clutter, noise, or negative influences unconsciously sabotage your decisions and limit your potential. Transformation begins externally to ignite internal change. Control what you can see, touch, and experience daily, and your inner life will begin to mirror the power of your surroundings. Think about the energy in the rooms where you live, work, and spend time. Is it aligned with the goals and person you aspire to be? Does it inspire productivity, creativity, and confidence? Or does it drain, distract, and demotivate? Taking control of your environment requires intentional decisions, removing distractions, organizing spaces, and surrounding yourself with reminders of what you are building. Every adjustment, no matter how small, sends a signal to your mind you are in control. You are intentional. You are prepared to act decisively toward the life you desire. Before the new year begins, commit to shaping your environment as a tool for success. Let every corner, every surface, and every aspect of your space amplify focus, energy, and clarity. Curate your surroundings with intention. Remove what diminishes you, and fill your world with cues that remind you of your power, your goals, and your potential. A transformed environment strengthens your mind, magnifies your motivation, and accelerates your momentum. When your space is aligned with your vision, your actions become easier, your energy grows, and your capacity to achieve reaches new heights. Control your environment, and you control the foundation upon which your future success will be built. Your thoughts shape your reality. Every belief you hold, every idea you repeat to yourself, every expectation you set for your life becomes a blueprint for what you attract, achieve, and experience. Negative, limiting, or unexamined thoughts act as invisible barriers, silently keeping you from your potential. Positive, empowering, and deliberate thoughts act as catalysts, igniting action, resilience, and confidence. Before 2026 begins, you must take control of your inner dialogue, because your mind is the most powerful tool or the most dangerous saboteur you will ever wield. Notice the patterns in your thinking. Do you catch yourself doubting your abilities, questioning your worth, or imagining failure before you even begin? These are not harmless thoughts. They are signals of mental habits that need to be transformed. Your brain cannot distinguish between what you repeatedly imagine and what is real. The narratives you tell yourself sculpt your perception, your motivation, and your actions. To change your life, you must first change the stories you allow to live in your mind. This is not wishful thinking. It is deliberate mental conditioning that rewires your neural pathways and strengthens your capacity for success. Every time you catch a negative thought, challenge it. Replace it with a thought that empowers, motivates, or clarifies your purpose. Repeat it until it becomes instinctual. Affirm your strengths, your courage, your resilience, and your capacity to act. Neuroscience shows that consistent mental repetition alters neural circuits, making positive, confident, and decisive thinking the default mode. This is how transformation begins, by taking control of the most powerful influence over your actions, your own mind. Your inner dialogue affects your energy, your focus, and your courage. When your thoughts are dominated by fear, doubt, or hesitation, your actions reflect the same. When your thoughts are aligned with possibility, strength, and vision, your actions become decisive, confident, and unstoppable. Controlling your mind is not about suppressing emotions or pretending life is perfect. It is about choosing which thoughts deserve attention and which will be released. By actively shaping your internal narrative, you strengthen the mental muscle that carries you through uncertainty, challenges, and resistance. Before the new year begins, commit to mastering your thoughts. Observe them relentlessly. Correct the ones that limit you. Reinforce the ones that empower you. Let your mind become a source of clarity, confidence, and unstoppable momentum. Every deliberate thought strengthens your resilience, sharpens your focus, and fuels your drive. Your reality is the reflection of your thinking. When your thoughts are intentional, disciplined, and aligned with your vision, your life transforms. Step into 2026 with mastery over your mind, and you step into a world where possibilities expand, courage multiplies, and your potential becomes undeniable. Your inner dialogue is the engine of your future. Take control of it now, and you will create a life that cannot be stopped. Your time is the most valuable currency you possess. Every second, every minute, every hour spent on distractions, hesitation, or meaningless activities is a second you will never get back. Time is finite, unforgiving, and non-renewable. The way you use it today shapes the person you become tomorrow. Before 2026 begins, you must take radical ownership of your time, because how you allocate it directly determines your growth, your impact, and your level of success. Your hours are the building blocks of your future, and every decision about them is an act of creation or destruction. Look honestly at how you spend your days. How much of your energy goes toward tasks, people, or habits that do not serve your highest self? How much time is wasted in scrolling, overthinking, or procrastinating? This is not judgment. It is awareness. Awareness is the first step toward mastery. The life you dream of requires disciplined allocation of your most precious resource. Every choice you make about your time either strengthens your momentum or weakens it. High achievers understand this principle deeply. Protecting and prioritizing time is not optional. It is essential for transformation. Start by defining what matters most. Identify the activities, people, and goals that deserve your time and energy. Then make intentional decisions to eliminate or reduce anything that does not align with your priorities. This requires courage, focus, and discipline. It is uncomfortable at first because habits and distractions have become automatic. But every boundary you set around your time is an investment in yourself, in your growth, and in the life you are determined to create. When your hours reflect your intentions, your momentum becomes unstoppable. Consider how time amplifies everything you do. A single hour spent focused on growth, learning, or action compounds exponentially over days, weeks, and months. Conversely, hours lost to distraction compound into stagnation, frustration, and regret. The psychology is simple, repeated. Deliberate action produces results, while unintentional, scattered activity produces chaos. Time is the stage upon which your transformation unfolds, and it will reward those who respect it, structure it, and use it with intention. Before the new year arrives, commit to becoming a master of your own time. Schedule your days deliberately. Protect your hours from distraction, indecision, and low-value commitments. Prioritize high-impact actions that align with your goals and fuel your growth. Every decision to guard your time strengthens focus, builds resilience, and amplifies progress. Enter 2026 with a clear, disciplined, and purposeful approach to every hour, and you will find that momentum, clarity, and achievement flow naturally. Time is your most powerful ally. Claim it fully, respect it unwaveringly, and let it carry you toward the life you were meant to create. Your vision for the future is your compass. Without it, every step risks being wasted, every effort diluted, and every opportunity missed. A clear, compelling vision is not a luxury. It is a foundation upon which focus, energy, and action converge. It is what guides your choices, fuels your courage, and anchors your momentum when distractions, doubts, and setbacks arise. Before 2026 begins, you must define a vision so powerful, so vivid, and so aligned with your deepest desires that it pulls you forward with relentless force, leaving hesitation and indecision behind. Take a moment and imagine your ideal life. Feel it in your body, your mind, your spirit. See the accomplishments, the freedom, the relationships, and the impact you want to create. The more detailed and emotionally charged this vision, the more it will shape your behavior and your decisions. Psychology confirms that the brain responds to vivid mental imagery as if it were real. Your mind begins to seek the pathways, resources, and actions that align with what you envision. The clarity of your vision dictates the efficiency of your efforts and the magnitude of your results. A weak or vague vision produces weak results. A clear, compelling vision produces unstoppable momentum. Your vision must be specific. Identify what success looks like in measurable terms, what growth feels like, and what milestones will define progress. Include emotional context. How will achieving this vision make you feel? Pride, freedom, confidence, fulfillment. Your brain responds to emotion more strongly than logic. When your goals are tied to feeling, they generate motivation that persists even when discipline wanes. Your vision becomes both the anchor and the fuel, keeping you steady in uncertainty and driving you forward in moments of doubt. But clarity alone is not enough. Your vision must be internalized, repeated, and reinforced. Remind yourself daily of the life you are building. Visualize the steps, the challenges, and the victories. Speak it aloud, write it down, feel it deeply. Every repetition strengthens neural pathways, solidifies belief, and primes your mind for action. The person who consistently engages with their vision acts with confidence, decisiveness, and purpose. Momentum accelerates, fear diminishes, and obstacles begin to feel like fuel rather than barriers. Before the new year begins, commit to creating a vision that demands your attention, captivates your emotions, and directs your actions. Let it be precise, emotionally charged, and unshakable. Surround yourself with reminders of this vision, notes, images, affirmations that anchor your focus in every moment. When your mind, heart, and energy are aligned with a powerful vision, you step into 2026 not as someone hoping for change, but as someone prepared, determined, and unstoppable. Your vision is the engine of your transformation, and the clarity you cultivate today will determine the extraordinary reality you create tomorrow. Your courage determines your trajectory. Dreams, goals, and visions are meaningless without the willingness to step into discomfort, face uncertainty, and take decisive action. Fear is unavoidable. It exists in every challenge, every opportunity, and every step toward growth. But courage is not the absence of fear, it is acting despite it. Before 2026 begins, you must cultivate a level of courage that allows you to move relentlessly toward your ambitions, refusing to let hesitation, doubt, or insecurity dictate your path. Your potential cannot be realized without it, because transformation requires boldness. Consider the moments you have held back. Every "I'll wait," "I'm not ready," or "maybe later" is a choice to remain in stagnation. Fear disguises itself as logic, comfort, or prudence, but it is always a force of limitation. Courage requires awareness. It demands recognizing fear for what it is and choosing action anyway. Each time you confront discomfort, push beyond hesitation, or take a step into the unknown, you strengthen your capacity for future challenges. Courage compounds. It becomes easier, more natural, and unstoppable with each deliberate act. Courage is reinforced by preparation and clarity. The more confident you are in your skills, your vision, and your decisions, the more powerfully you can act. But action must accompany preparation. The gap between knowing what to do and doing it is where success, transformation, and growth are forged. Psychology shows that deliberate, consistent action reduces fear over time. Brain rewires itself to anticipate success rather than paralysis. Every time you act courageously, your neural pathways adapt, making bold decisions more automatic, more instinctive, and more aligned with the person you are becoming. Embrace discomfort as a signal, not a barrier. Every challenge, every risk, every step outside of your comfort zone is an opportunity to expand your limits. The person who consistently chooses courage over comfort creates momentum that fear cannot stop. Confidence grows, resilience strengthens, and the sense of possibility expands. Each act of bravery, no matter how small, accumulates into a life that is unstoppable because courage is not an occasional spark. It is a muscle, strengthened daily through deliberate action. Before the new year arrives, make a commitment to yourself. You will act despite fear. You will step forward when hesitation tempts you to remain still. And you will pursue your goals with boldness that cannot be shaken. Cultivate courage as a daily practice. Take small risks, make decisive choices, and confront discomfort head on. Let every act of bravery, every deliberate decision, and every step toward your ambitions become evidence that you are capable, strong, and unstoppable. Step into 2026 armed with courage, and you will find that obstacles shrink, opportunities multiply, and your potential unfolds at an exponential rate. Courage is the engine of achievement. Fuel it relentlessly, and nothing can stand in your way.